John here from Life with a Table Full, and I just want to talk to you about a few things that I think are really cool. Amidst all the crisis we're going through right now, I think it's important to stay positive. Now, I wrote an email to all my students the first week I was gone, and I wanted them to stay positive. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't make up these 9 ways to stay positive. I found it on a website, and I'll leave a link in the notes below to the website that I got this from, because I thought it was pretty pertinent and important to stay positive in the midst of this situation of the crisis we're going through right now with all the, everybody out of work, everybody out of school, nobody knows what's going on right now. But anyway, here's what I think you should do. Number 1, limit your news intake. There's a lot of negative news out there, and all negative news does to most people is raise their stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety, we all know what that does. That raises your blood pressure, causes all kinds of health problems. It's not good for you. If you have to watch the news, find something that you trust, and then just, watch a set amount daily and stick to that. Commit to only doing that. And you know what? You should probably do the same thing with social media. Here I am, being a hypocrite, making you watch my video. Okay, that's not the point. Do everything in moderation, okay? All right, number 2, a way to stay positive is to look to the past. We've all been through adversity. Think about the times you've gone through some challenges in your life. How resilient were you? How resilient were the people you were with? Others that lived through adversity. I have a niece that's had probably over 100 surgeries because of skin cancer, and she's still alive and she's still kicking. She's a college graduate, and she has the most positive outlook on life of anybody I know. Bless her heart. A lesser person would not know how to struggle, but she has some wonderful parents. My brother and his wife are probably 2 of the most grounded people I know, and you know what? She knew how to do it. And think about the people in the past. We've all had history. In the 30s, folks went through the Depression. In the 40s, folks went through World War II, and they were rationing their food. People grew victory gardens or war gardens or whatever they wanted, and the government told them to do it. The government said, hey, you know what? This is how we can stretch our food rationing. You can help. It's your duty as a U.S. citizen to do it. And I'll be honest with you, that stuck with that generation, the greatest generation. My grandfather, when he passed away, we moved from California to Indiana. We moved into that house. I found drawers full of sugar packets and rubber bands and bobby pins. And I don't know what he did it for, but my mom said, that was the kind of person they were. They would save everything they could, because if they could conserve, they would have it for later. And you know what? That's not a bad idea. It might be a good idea. They grew gardens, they raised their own livestock, they did all kinds of things. The government told them it was their duty to do that. And I think it's our duty to probably be good stewards to what we're given and what we're blessed with. So that's probably not a bad idea. Watch or listen to something funny or enjoyable. Nothing beats taking stress away like a good comedy. I saw recently that a good movie that came out not too long, or a long time ago in the 60s, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World came out, and that's hysterical. I'm a huge Monty Python fan. I've seen probably The Holy Grail, The Meaning of Life, and Life of Brian probably 15 times each. The Holy Grail, probably seen it 1,000,000 times. I mean, who doesn't like that British dry humor? My wife, probably. Anyway, yeah. In elementary school, the only on-demand devices I had were 8-track tapes, vinyl record players, cassette players, and books. So yeah, I knew how to keep myself occupied and how to stay positive. You know, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. Lots of time on our hands. Might as well use it constructively. Look after your neighbors. That's way number 4 to stay positive. it brings peace and joy to you to help others. It's human nature. Make sure that your neighbors are well. Make sure they have everything they need and they're not compromised. Mow their lawn. Help clean their house if they ask you to or if they need it. Deliver a meal. Those are all great things. It's nothing like giving back or service that actually helps your psyche or your mental health. Way number 5, support your local favorite businesses. Most of them are closed, but I'm going to be honest with you. Restaurants right now, they're really hard hit. Some of them have workers that are laid off, and they're really hit hard. But those that are open, if you're able to, and they do curbside delivery or they do deliver, order from them and, tip generously. You're supporting not only the business, but the people that are working there. Those servers are not getting the crowds they're used to. And I know this first-handedly. My son works at a 5-star restaurant in Asheville, North Carolina, and he's laid off. So, he doesn't know what he's going to do. And if you don't have the money to tip, but you have the money for the food, think of giving that service person something worth value. And this may sound crazy, but if you've been to the stores, there's not a lot of toilet paper and there's not a lot of alcohol wipes or alcohol. If you have some extra, I would consider giving that as a tip. You would be surprised. They would probably take that as a grateful gift. Another thing you might want to do is to purchase a gift card from that business, from that restaurant business, or from some other business you plan to use in the future. This doesn't sound very helpful right now, but in the future, when we get back to normal, that's going to be right there ready for you to use, and it'll go right to the business. And if you're going to go to a restaurant, you can use that gift card for tips too, so you're going to help the people that work there. Way number 6, send gifts in the mail. We already know that this helps your mental capacity when you're sending gifts to people. We are part of a group called Bless Somebody New. We've sent and received lots of gifts via Amazon lists. And I'll be honest with you, it warms our heart more so when we give than we receive. Gifts to random people when it is a need is a very strong motivator to be positive, and that's always going to be true. Way number 7, take advantage of all the extra time you have. Exercise, go on a run, climb a tree. I'm 53. I climb trees with my kids all the time. Play with your pets and your kids. I got a trampoline out here. I come out and jump with my kids too. I'm not coaching tennis right now because of social distancing and self-quarantining. I just don't have the time. Use extra time to shore up those projects that are just gathering dust. You saw me in the beginning. I'm actually working on this chicken coop right here. I've upcycled some old farm chairs. I've made some couch armrests. I've made some pretty nifty computer desk out of it and some wall art. Like I said, this chicken coop is made out of a barn that I tore down over Christmas break. I've still got a lot of work to do on it. Got to put the walls and the roof on it and all the doors. But as you can see, work in progress. I've got time on my hands and I can make mistakes now and have time to fix them. I built a couple raised beds for my wife and we planted a bunch of plants in there. I went and I got some cattle panels, and as you can see that I've made over there, some bean runners. That's a trellis that we can run our beans and our squash and our cucumber on. That garden is going to help us, if we have a hard time getting fresh produce or fresh vegetables, we're going to have our own, so it won't matter. I dug a gray water trench so that we can have something to water our trees with. So anything that comes out of our gray water system can be used to water our plants. We exercise the use of non-detergent cleaners, plant-based cleaners and stuff. So everything that goes into our sink is all perfect for the environment. And so it's going to help our plants more than hurt it. Staying busy with construction is always a way to stay positive. It's always a way to just, boost your mental health. I cleaned up my smoker and got it all running, and I smoked a nice chicken out here and Probably going to do a lot more of it now. I'm getting ready to set up my rainwater catchment again so I can water my garden with rainwater all the time and water my chickens so I don't have to waste water. Completing a project's been sitting around. That feeling of accomplishment, there's something wonderful about it. And I'll be honest with you, we planned for spring break to do this huge addition, and we did it, and as you can see, it's completed. But I didn't stop there. Now I'm in my second week out past spring break. Just finished my second week out past spring break, and I got 2 more weeks left. And I'll be honest with you, probably gonna have a lot more projects done before that's over with. Way 8, practice random acts of kindness. You know, if you're gonna order something, make sure that you're gonna do something to bless that person that's delivering it. They're going out of their way. They're putting themselves in a compromised position. You may utilize Favor or maybe a pizza delivery person or FedEx or UPS. Leave a gift for them. You know, if it's like a regular delivery person, even the garbage man or the postal worker, you know, those random acts of kindness, they go a long way. And in our case, we live way out in the country, and they come a long way to come, and we want them to come back, so we try to do that every so often. It's just something really, it's a good idea. And the last way to stay positive, way number 9, is to take a daily reflection. What did you accomplish? Did you affect your situation positively? Did you affect someone else's situation positively? If yes, then carry on and keep doing it. You'll stay positive all the time. If not, commit to doing better the next day. Okay? These are 9 ways to stay positive, and I think I've been practicing them or trying to. Be sure to love the ones that you live with, because you got to live with them and you don't get very far away from them, and you're probably not used to doing it because you've always had to go to work or you've had to go to school or do something that you can leave the house, and now we're stuck in the house. Get outside, get some sun. Vitamin D does you good. If you know us, you know our tagline: be blessed and be a blessing.